for real though, you really want to blow something up. You really want to make something big. You want to really make something like global. You really want to like take it to that level. People really want to enjoy to be a part of it. Put that black culture on it. And I'm looking at it like, hey man, I can put this sauce that we, born with. And if I can put this on top of credit and then come back and put that on top of
really make some magic.
We talk about skipping the M's to the B's now.
Ooh.
Because that's
and it's a reality now. Yeah.
Billions of dollars. That's software, man. Blueprint.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it because time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it.
Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Respect My Blueprint podcast, where we give you the blueprint on how to do shit. You already know what time it is. And guys, we got another heavy hitter guest on the show today, man. Listen, you already know the blueprint we talking about is the blueprint to get to the bag.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And I got another expert on the platform, a good friend of mine. We linked up, matter of fact, a couple years ago at CreditCon and everything, And, we're going to talk about building generational wealth, but more importantly, tapping into software as a service, SaaS model, how you can really get to the bag without knowing no coding, no tech or nothing like that, but collecting as a tech engineer, a tech founder, right? So without any further ado, I want to introduce my main man, Chris Johnson from CJ University. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's good, man? Appreciate you, man.
What's going on?
Nice to be here, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Glad to have you here, man. We've been trying to do this for quite some time. We met up at CreditCon a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Then we linked up again at I'm gonna just keep it real with everybody. Bandman's baby shower.
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying? A couple weeks ago, that was a dope event, by the way.
It was fire.
Yeah.
You put on the show.
Damn right. Shouts out to you, Bandman. You definitely know how to put on a baby shower, you feel me? And Darain was there, so we was able to vibe out. Yeah. So, obviously a lot of other people was there in the credit game because that's what we do.
Where we came from.
Yeah, that's the tree we came from, right? So if you could go ahead and introduce to everybody, catch everybody up to speed as far as your journey into the credit game and everything, and how you was able to plant your roots to being the person who you are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm coming out of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I come out of Houston, Texas. Did the college thing, didn't work out too much.
You wasn't feeling it?
Yeah, just going there partying, the girls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I knew I wasn't going to be there teaching. I was big in sports, but I knew I wasn't going to be teaching no class and like that.
Okay.
I got lucky, man. I had a neighbor who had a boyfriend that came up one day. He was from Kenya, actually.
Yeah.
And he ended up, we sit on the couch, long story short, he just ended up being happy that he flipped a real estate property. And I was like, it was a small little deal. Like him and his partner went in all in $100,000.
Oh,
and
okay.
then they ended up flipping it just for like $160. Cause this is back in 2016. So it was a quick little flip in the hood, right?
Right.
And so I was just like, man, you got $100,000 on you. How'd you do that?
Yeah.
He was like, nah, man, I flipped my credit. And that was the first time I've ever.
That was the game changer right there.
I was 26 years old. I never looked at my credit a day in my life. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. So before then, you hadn't even no idea of messing with credit.
No prior knowledge. Never talked about it in my family. Never talked about it with friends. Never talked about it in college at all. The very first time on random sitting on the couch. I was working at Finish Line making $8 an hour at the time.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And he told me that. I was like, that's crazy. So he's like, what's your credit score? And I was like, man, I don't know. Boom, I ran and went to go check it out. Score was low. I was like, man, what am I supposed to do with this? And he was like, oh, you got to fix this. You got to do this. So I went off on a journey of just like, like we all do. We go down that rabbit hole. When everybody go down that first rabbit hole to credit. Now, my credit wasn't really bad. I just didn't have nothing on it.
Nothing on it, right.
I maybe had like a little phone bill or something on that to get out from back in the day in college. Right. So got it built up. But mind you, at this time, this is around 2016. Right. So, I'm before the pandemic with the credit game. So
before the new wave came through.
I'm before so now, if you're trying to research on YouTube and stuff like that, it wasn't really out there.
Yeah, the only people I think that was like William Roundtree, and a couple other people. But there's nobody now. It's kind of like the market open a little bit. So I see what you're talking about.
So it was just Jay Morris when he was running with Roundtree, and they was doing their thing at the time. and it just wasn't a lot of people.
Yeah.
The one other person was Corey P. Smith at the time. He
had
a book, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
You know, that was it. So it was very difficult for me to like understand, and then I had to learn from a lot of people that didn't look like us.
True.
So I had to go through this journey, and then basically when I got it, fixed my credit, got mine up.
So you were self-taught just from what the little bit of resources that was back there.
That was
back
it,
in the day.
man. All I had was Corey P. Smith books and Roundtree. Big shout out to him because he was the first one I seen that was going.
Yeah.
He was one of the first ones I seen that was going out really giving the game, like telling it. And when I first seen him give that basic game, the foundation,
that was
game,
it.
It's powerful. It's basic, but it's
that
powerful.
Is true. Right.
Right. And I built it up. Got access to, you know, my 6 figures in credit, and then it was on. But mind you, I was coming from just working a regular job. You know, I just dropped out of school trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So now I was like, hey, I started telling everybody around me, friends, family. I started
you got the information now, yeah.
I started helping people just out the gate. Wasn't charging no money, just helping just to make sure I knew what I was doing. And then once I seen I was good at it, then I started charging. I said, you know what? $500, give me $500. I get your credit right, get you access to credit, boom, 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 boom.
Right.
And then I had a target of like, okay, if I can help 200 people at $500, that's $100,000.
Oh, okay. So you had a milestone off rip then. Okay.
Rip. So
right.
I hit my first two. And I was popular in high school, popular in college. So it wasn't hard to reach out to 200 people because once you start posting on social media, got a $25,000 card, $20,000.
Yeah, now it's like, hold on, man.
Whoa,
okay,
whoa.
let me get that play. Yeah.
Man, I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm traveling. I'm going to Cabo.
Oh, Lord. Finish
Jamaica.
line was really finished then, huh?
Finish line was finished. I was gone, man. I made my first 100K. I was rich, man. You can tell me that back then, you know? So, man, and we just kept growing. And so, But
that's what's up. I mean, that's what it was supposed to do. Get the information, apply it, go ahead and, you know, reap the benefits off of it and change your life. You feel me? Go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Exactly what I did.
Bet.
My credit is right. I was leveraging it. Just marketing myself, like, hey, look at my life changing. Other people seeing that, they bought into it, so was getting money. But my life changed in 2020 because now if you go look at my YouTube, it's Chris Joseph University. On there, I had made videos about credit in 2018 and 2019.
Oh, before the pandemic, right?
So I was making videos because so many people was hitting me up, like, help me. I realized, hey, I can't help everybody. But I had no desire to be a YouTube star or nothing like that. I was just basically saying, how can I get this information to people without having to say the same thing over and over?
Over and over again,
so I just said, I'm just make some YouTube videos. That's all. So I made the YouTube videos. They were just sitting on my YouTube. I wasn't promoting it. I wasn't pushing it. I was just sending the links to people.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So what ended up happening was in 2020, when the pandemic hit, I got a video on there called Get It Out the Mud Blueprint. And on there, I opened up the video and said, hey, I'm finna give y'all the game plan for it's 2019. This is what I said in the video.
Oh.
I said, it's 2019. I'm about to give y'all the game plan for 2020. It's about leveraging credit. But in hindsight, I don't know the pandemic is about to happen.
Right.
I made it in December 2019.
Oh, okay. And the pandemic came in March 2020,
exactly.
Right? A few
so
months
the
before then. Okay.
Just a few little views or whatever. It's nothing crazy. People like, okay, it's cool. They started liking it. And then, boom, next you know, March happened. You know, the pandemic happened. My phone started going crazy.
Right.
Boom, zoom, boom. And YouTube was like, hey, man, you can get monetized. You can get this. I was like, monetized? What that mean?
Yeah,
I ain't know nothing about YouTube, know what's going on. And they was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can get monetized, this, you get a lot of views. So I maybe went from like 5,000 subscribers to like 8,000. Then like 8,000 to like 12. Then
yeah, next thing you like
20,
hold on, yeah.
20 to 25. Then 25 within a span of like 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Then we went from like 5,000 to 50,000. You know what I'm saying? So it was a crazy time for me.
Because everybody's locked inside and everything like that, right?
And everybody's scrambling to get in the credit game. I just so happen to already have the videos out there.
Right.
So now I go from locally known in my hometown, Houston, to now really nationally known.
Right, as the credit guy.
Yeah, as the guy that's really, really helping. I mean, I ran to Bateman back in the day like that, like pretty much everybody in the game who was coming up. But, yeah, man, the videos was just crazy.
Dope.
One hit like 500,000. The other one was like 300,000. So those were just big videos for me. And I was just doing calls, consultations. I started making courses.
Okay, then.
And just went through that journey of being an online entrepreneur and just like
content creator and now an educator, right?
And just like that, man, my whole entire life changed.
Damn. So that's And that's really how it all starts off because, just a quick game for everybody that's watching this, if you want to tap into any type of money in this country, it all starts off with credit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right? Because whether you want to get business credit, you want to get into flipping houses, investments, entrepreneurship, you got to get your credit right because most people don't understand. With your credit, it also gets your mind right. Like you just mentioned, before 26, you was at finish line. Next thing you know, you tapped into the world of credit. Now, rock your world, right?
100%.
Right? So, so you've had a lot of success in the credit game and start off in the credit game, right? So if I'm not mistaken, you also started CJ University and helping other people tapping into credit, right? Now, I want to get off credit a little bit. I want to go ahead and get it into entrepreneurship, right? Build a generational wealth, right? You've used credit to build generational wealth, and now a lot of people throw that term around, building generational wealth, right? So here in 2023, if you could share with me, what is your thoughts or what is your approach into what it really takes to build generational wealth?
Number one is going to take some discipline. You know what I'm saying? You got to be really disciplined, you know what I'm saying, about what your goal is and what exactly you're trying to do as far as that. So you got to be disciplined because, you can get rich. You can make money and be rich. When we talk about the generational wealth thing, that's when that's a whole nother lane, right? Because now I got to know how to manage this money. I'm getting $100,000 here and there, but how do I manage it? How do I maintain it? How do I stretch it? How do I flip it? And how do I make sure it's going to last for a long time, not only for me, but for others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was a big thing for me, getting money so fast. That can alter you. That can alter who you are, what you got going on, your surrounding, your family and stuff.
The people that surround you and things like that, right? Yeah. Because all money does is just accelerate whatever mindset you got going on.
That's why at CJU we teach personal development so much. Like in all of my videos, even before like 2020 and stuff, we do a lot of personal development. Like Think and Grow Rich, is one of the most powerful books we teach from. Because the mindset is so big when we talk about generational wealth. Because you have to start thinking about not yourself no more and a purpose,
others,
a mission. That's a whole different mindset you got to have. Because when you don't have money, all you want is money for yourself and to better your life and lifestyle. And then once you get past the lifestyle stuff, you kind of be like, hey, man, I got to really start thinking about this other stuff. So for me, it was discipline and obviously like assets, something you can own.
Right.
Something you can pass on that can make money for you and you can pass on to something else. And coming up, real estate was always
the number one asset.
Real estate, man, if you can leverage credit against real estate, is great. But as we've seen, how the real estate market is, you got to really know what you're doing, especially if you're leveraging credit. And that's what we was talking about earlier. For me, when I started thinking about, okay, how do I want to build my generation? How do I want to build something that's going to last a long time? I started thinking about what is the future, not just right now. Because
5-10 years from now, because that's the whole term of generational wealth.
Exactly. Now, of course, you always got real estate, you always got life insurance, you got the trust game, you got that stuff that can really help you lock in. But I was like, okay, but what is that future thing that's like we could be known for, that everybody can come in as a family business too as well.
Right.
So I started to watch everything. Because remember, I came in the credit game before 2020. So I seen it before 2020 and I seen all the new people coming in now.
Gotcha.
So I can actually like gauge and see where is it going. I'm not caught in the credit wave. I can step back and see where is it going. And also what's going on in the world. So what I noticed going on in the world is what we seen what happened. AI,
artificial intelligence.
Come
on, let's not keep it. Come on, let's keep it funky, man. Now, for real. Yeah.
So AI hits the scene. It's like, whoa, me and my team, we really dove into that, and then we also started to understand SaaS. Earlier, so I started to see like, hey, this is the future. This is how all business is going to operate. They all are going to have AI in it some kind of way.
In some fashion, right. And so, if not, they're late right now, pretty much.
Exactly. So what I would tell my team is like, hey, of course we can drive home credit because that's what I'm known for. We can make a ton of money off that, teach and educate that. But what if we can revolutionize the credit game and implement SaaS and AI with credit? What if we can speed the process up? What if we can automate it? What if we can provide more information that's not manual with credit? It can change the whole game.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So like we was talking about earlier, it's like generational wealth, back to your point, is like, man, if you learn how to create software.
Think about and I see what you're saying because you know, you started off, okay, just credit repair, educating others, right? With the
Right.
YouTube videos and everything. But now you say, okay, let me take it to another
Let's take
level.
it to the next level.
Right, with the SaaS, now you could basically show, well, anybody can basically replicate now the business model.
Exactly.
So anybody can get a 6-figure bag, in other words, right? So first of all, and before the audience that's there, because a lot of people probably intrigued, you know, what is a SaaS? You know, which, by the way, SaaS stands for software as a service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so what does SaaS stands for? Just for those who's watching, they don't understand.
Yeah, you can look at it as like a software or like a platform that users need to log into or use for
Right.
its value.
Okay.
Right? So if we talk about credit, you know what I'm saying? We can actually say these credit repair softwares like Credit Repair Cloud or Dispute Manager, we can consider them
Right.
SaaS softwares because basically it's something we have to log in to use for its value, and we get charged monthly for using it.
Right. So you're using the software. You're paying a monthly subscription for a software to be able to use its services and features. Right.
100%.
Right. So in the aspect of credit repair, there's softwares that does that.
Correct. I'm
Okay.
using this software for a service.
Right. Okay.
That's what I'm doing. Right. So when you learn the credit repair, you're like, man, I don't want to just do the letters manual for dispute. I don't want to just go to the mailbox and do it manually.
Right.
I would like to have a software that has a CRM in there, which is the client, relationship manager that has all the client's names, their first name, their
information.
phone number,
Right.
I want to be organized.
Right.
If you don't have a CRM or a software, it's all going to be in your phone and
disorganized and unprofessional and everything. Right. Okay.
So I was like, okay, so if we use these softwares, it'll help us.
Right.
But what I started to find out was, okay, when AI hit the scene, SaaS hit the scene, and now no code SaaS hit the scene, it's like, oh, well, I don't have to use these people's softwares that I don't even know who they are.
Right.
I can learn how to create my own. So if I want to educate my community on how to repair credit, I can have my community use my actual software that I built.
Wow. So in other words, anybody, including people that's watching this show right now, right? So they could become not only they could learn to fix their credit, but they can become their own credit repair company and help others as well, and make money doing so in an automated process. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
100%.
Man, hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Man, listen, boy. I know y'all on the edge of y'all seats. Yeah, that's a game changer, though.
So you can pay multiple ways. So you can get paid for offering credit repair services,
right?
But you can also get paid for people using your software.
Your own software.
Let's just say they want to repair it themselves. You don't lose out on that customer because you can be like, hey, you want to repair it yourself? Use this software and do it yourself. So you still get paid.
So wait a minute. What? And you're telling me, because I'm aware of this because there's ways you could do this and you don't have to know about coding, right?
That's the key. That's
because,
the sauce.
coding, first of all, is very intimidating and scary when you think about it. Like, come on, man. I don't know how to do all that, but the way it's set up now with AI, like you mentioned, you don't have to know anything about coding, just basically have the, I guess, desire to do it.
Yeah, the desire and knowing how to solve a big problem.
Right.
So if you in the industry and you see there's a problem with this industry, and usually when you want to get in software is basically like UI. And what we mean by UI is like the interface, what it looks like when you get onto the dashboard. So if I log into something and it's clunky and it's ugly and it's not easy to read, it's not easy to move, that's what I mean by bad UI. I don't like the way the user.
Yeah, you're going to get off of it. You're not even going to interact with it.
So if I'm looking at the credit industry and I'm like, man, these softwares they're cool, but they could be tweaked, they could be better, and they could be more relatable to people like us. So now I don't have to recommend using these softwares just because they're the only ones or they're the industry standard. Because it's no code, meaning I don't have to know how to code. Now we can just drag and drop things that we like that's already pre-made.
Wow.
I can create a software that resonates to me and my community.
Put my own twist to it.
Exactly.
Right. I see what you're saying.
So for simple numbers, let's say I have a software, right? And I'm like, hey, you want to use my software to repair your own credit, to repair other people's credit, to make you some money? It's only $300 a month to use this. You're like, all right, $300 a month, and everything's automated, everything's clean. All right, cool. So now it's $300 a month for my software. I get 300 people to use this at $300. That's $90,000 Here's the thing. It's not like
a
just
month.
Reoccurring.
See,
that's where you want to be in business, in my eyes, because when things starting to get competitive or technically saturated with a lot of people doing content, a lot of different things, you don't want to be hunting down sales every single month or hunting down clients every single month. If you can create something to where your money is reoccurring
while you sleeping, it's making money for you.
That's when you got something.
That's the next wave right there.
That's
I see
the
what
next
you're
wave
saying.
of business because everybody's teaching like, hey, learn how to do this skill and they're gonna sell it. Cool. I'm gonna say learn how to create a software and it sells itself.
That's really entrepreneurship 3.0, the American Dream 3.0, because 1.0 was, what our parents learned, work 2-3 jobs, whatnot, you feel me? 2.0 when the internet came, content creation, online courses and everything. But now there's 3.0, like you mentioned, SaaS. You could be in any industry, whether it's in wellness, credit, consultation, construction, whatever the case may be, right? Find a problem, use AI to help streamline that problem.
100%.
Put your twist to it and sell that workflow as a SaaS model.
100%, because all you got to do is look at all these businesses that are manual, don't have a CRM, or don't have a dashboard, or don't have nowhere they can organize it.
Right.
You just go build it. And the point you said that we talk about the no code is because like before 2023, we talking about, you better have a college degree in computer science, computer engineering. Oh, man, it could take weeks, and then it's so expensive. So if I wanted to do what I'm saying today, it would cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Time and energy.
Oh, man, because I can't even really do. I got to hire this engineer. I got to hire this developer. I got to hire this guy. And then they have to actually get on there and use all the JavaScript and Python, all the different codes on the back end just to create what I want them to do.
Right.
But nowadays, with no code SaaS, it's like we mean by now I don't have to know how to code. I just got to get on a blank platform and just use the elements they have to drag and drop.
Right.
So boom, we can streamline this and get it done fast.
So it really has simplified it, like I said, just even for the everyday person can do so. And, there's even tools like OpenAI, ChatGPT and everything like that, which, knowing the right prompts, it could basically walk you through the step-by-step. So I'm building an appropriate SaaS model too.
And the beautiful thing about OpenAI is, you got the prompts in which you can use for ChatGPT.
Right.
The next level sauce is learning how to integrate the APIs. So what we mean by the APIs is basically like these different, like all these AI tools and all these SaaS, they're opening up the APIs, meaning you can go grab the back end of what they used to be made and plug it in with another one. So say I create a software.
Okay.
I can go to OpenAI, ChatGPT, take their API and plug it into my software. Now I have ChatGPT inside of my software.
What? So it's like it's almost like having ChatGPT inside of your software to do the things that ChatGPT does pretty much.
Exactly. And so if I like another one, okay, I like what ChatGPT do. I like what that one does too. Let me get that API, bring it here, bring it. And now you have customized your own SaaS software, but all you did was use the APIs for something that's already working. And you just took these different plugins, made it your customized to solve a problem. But you didn't do no code and you didn't build the APIs yourself. They already built, but it's the fact that the company's allowing you to have it open for you to use.
Right.
All you have to do is just take time to just learn the skills of how to do it. So now that's what we doing at CTU. It's like, hey, I'm going to always teach y'all the credit game, get access to business credit to leverage. But if you don't want to leverage Airbnb, you don't want to do real estate, you don't want to do car rentals, you want to do something that's changing the game. I'm going to teach you how to leverage credit to start your own software company.
Really?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, for everybody that understands, because it's high level, I want to make sure everybody get a good grasp of this. APIs, which if you think about API, think of it as like an extension cord, right?
100%.
So, if you want to, this camera, if it's doing something and I want it to work with this light, I would plug this camera into this light, and now this light is reading that camera. So when you think of API, think of an extension cord. So as he's mentioning it, you can take the extension cord of another company or another software, right, and plug it into yours, right, and therefore it'll make your system recognized from that extension cord. So it could be, hopefully you got that analogy, but I just wanted to say that so the audience could kind of get an idea of it, which is dope, by the way.
And that's what's important about your podcast, what you're doing, is that if you don't fully understand what we just described, you gave the audience a bunch of keywords to go search.
Right.
Now it's up to you to be like, hey, they explain, let me go do some research. Let me go do some research on SaaS. Let me go do some research on API. Let me go do some research on AI. And that's all you need because the information
is there now, right?
It's definitely out there. And I want to try to do the best I can to bring this to our community, the Black community.
No, and Chris, I think this is, this could be one of the most monumental episodes. And this is just by accident because what you discussing is just like how you said when you was doing credit before the pandemic came out, right? Yeah. This right here is this is the future before it really hits, because whether they like it this or not, AI is here. And the future is here, and the SaaS models are here. Matter of fact, it's funny, I met there's a friend, we had a discussion. He's into wholesaling, flipping houses, right? And for flipping houses, he focuses on raw land.
Okay.
Right? But he noticed when on raw land that there wasn't a CRM that was compatible, that was similar to single family homes. So what he did, he created a CRM to wholesale raw land.
Ooh, that's nice. Right?
He hired a bunch of developers from like Nicaragua or Venezuela or something like that. One of these third world countries, paid them, I think, like $4,000 or $5,000. And now he has copyrighted and trademarked his software, turned it into a SaaS model, charges like $297 a month, and he's making somewhere upwards into $250,000 a month with this particular model, right? And so it's amazing you sharing this with me, because as you're speaking, my mind is going back to that. But when I think about it, that is the new wave now. It doesn't matter whether you're male, female, black, white, old, young, whatever the case may be, or whatever field you're on. All you got to say is like, you know what? Oh, hold on, man. There's a problem. I know a way to make this easier. Okay, I don't have to code it. I just need to mastermind it, put the blueprint together, and I can go ahead and eat off of it.
Because that's what business is.
Right.
A lot of people are inspired to be entrepreneurs and become a business owner, but business is just solving a problem.
At the end of the day?
At the end of the day.
Period.
I don't care if you're selling cupcakes. You solving somebody's problem who like cupcakes, man. You know what I'm saying? It can be that simple. I love cupcakes, and you around the corner, you solving my problem. So
at the end of the day, right.
So if you want to make more money, you just need to solve bigger problems.
Right.
That's it. Like, cupcakes got a limited amount of money you probably gonna make unless you got a big market and something. But I'm saying, like, solving a business problem. So basically, we're going from B2C to B2B.
Right. Okay.
Because see, if it's B2C, you just taking care of customers. We mean by that B2C, like business to consumer.
Right.
Business
that's like credit repair. Right. You're just helping somebody fix their credit. Right.
But once you elevate from B2C and go to B2B, which is business to
business, right?
Now it's a different ball game, because businesses have expenses and budgets that they have to pay.
True.
And if you can go to a business, even if that business don't even know they have this problem, and you go present and be like, hey, man, I see what you're doing. You're making money, but I can help you scale, grow faster, automate some things, make it more easier.
Save money.
And if you check this out, I think this you can do this for this price right here.
They're gonna hear you out.
All right here. Oh, man, I'll take that.
Yeah, we're going to talk. Let's talk. Right.
So that's what the business model is. And like you say, it's reoccurring too.
Right.
That's the key thing about business. And I want to touch on that too, why the reoccurring is so big. Not just saying like, hey, you say they're making $250,000 a month. We're making $250,000 a month in reoccurring revenue and $250,000 a month going out and getting new customers, new sales. It's
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good
sales
point.
Team, that's appointment setters,
energy,
that's closers, new people.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And how many people do you have to go get to maintain that $250 million? But if it's reoccurring, it's just nurturing who you have. It's a community building. It could be them same people, and you just offering more features just to them.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different ball game. And another thing I want to touch on that is that's how you can sell your company. See, that's
okay, now that's the play. That's the play because, you know, the exit, because that's when the cash out comes.
How far are we thinking about this now?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. Now, come on, guys. This chess, not checkers, what are you talking about right now? Yeah.
So now when we go into, if I'm making $250,000 a month from my software, my business, that means I have X amount of users, right?
That's true. So your user base.
Exactly. So X amount of users or X amount of clients using my software is getting X amount a month. Now, whatever that number is to 250,000, now your business is evaluated 10 times more than that.
Wow. Just by securing that user base of that reoccurring revenue, you already, like you say, have a 10x valuation or 5x valuation. I see.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on, you can have your business is gonna be worth more, because if somebody wants to buy it, they can look at, wow, you already have this, because they want to see your numbers and how much money you making.
Right.
But I can't really tell how many new customers coming next month. Now I can go track you and see that.
That's true.
But if you already got reoccurring using daily, monthly and this and that, whoever wants to buy your company, see, wow, this person has that many people doing this every single month, paying them every single month, and the company is profitable every single month. Yes, boom. So I don't think right now after the pandemic, we got a lot of new entrepreneurs. So most people not thinking about exiting.
They're not thinking about
starting one.
Right.
Again, I'm going into my 7th year in business, so I see it from
the transition and where it's going to.
Like, hey, man, you know, I've been doing this for a while. I kind of want to cash out. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm not thinking about starting. I've been starting,
I don't want to turn on the lights every morning for the rest of my life in here. Come on, man.
It's worth selling. So then that's when I, got into my mentorship of, how do I exit a company? And it can go from that model of they looking at the incentive, or the other way, venture capital.
Oh, okay. Getting additional funding and growing the company.
Because if I got X amount of use, it's a whole.
Yeah, exactly. But we giving y'all game right now.
Yeah, and the reason why I even want to bring up venture capital is because our community by credit is big on leverage.
Right.
So we know to leverage our credit, leverage business credit, leverage at 0% interest, and we're going to use that credit to leverage our business growth. But then the next step to that, which is the biggest step, is venture capital.
Right. Now you're leveraging your business.
Yeah. How about I can go get $100,000 in business credit and leverage that. But what if I got a great business and I could just get this VC to give me $1 million?
Right. Or 10 million.
10 million.
50 million. Right. Depending on how they view your business and the valuation, like you said.
Now we got it evaluated at this. VC dumps $10 million into that. Now we use that to hire better developers,
scale the business, right?
More people to work, grow and scale marketing, advertisement. And soon as you get that money from the VC, what happens to your company valuation?
Shoots right up.
And that's on paper now, not even the money that's coming in. So now that company is able to be sold. Now your VC happy, you cashing them out, you cashing out.
Which, what you're describing is no different than how traditional big businesses operate every day. Of course, this is new to us because in our community, we just now, with the power of the internet, just now learning this, right? But this is how it really goes down in the boardrooms. You feel me?
At that level.
At that level there. And I'm glad we talking about this because, like I said, we throw around the word generational wealth so loosely, but these really the steps on what it takes to get to it. You feel me?
And that's why I'm glad you asked that question, because I think when that, what you said, when it gets, the generational wealth term gets thrown around so much, it's just loosely, just life insurance or just real estate, which is perfectly fine, but it's like, learning this type of stuff is a part of it too.
Yeah, it's the real deal right here, seriously.
Because we're all going into this entrepreneurship realm, and it's like, you got so many things you got to worry about at the beginning to get going, but I teach to start looking at the end.
Begin with the end. Begin with the end in mind.
So
yes.
Start your company as if you about to sell it. Start it like you about to sell it.
Okay.
So the way you're going to do that is you have to have systems, CRMs, and a good software
in place
to start. Because we always think that I don't need all that right now. I'm just getting started. Let's build a foundation first. So when you get started, it gets easier because, again, you don't want to wait till the business is growing. and now you're getting burnt out.
Right.
You know, we wear too many hats as an entrepreneur.
You brought up a good point, because you have some people say, nah, just, wing it until you get it, man. Just go ahead and work it. Don't worry about being too perfect. But you are right. You can't just jump in blindly. You got to at least set some type of blueprint foundation, because therefore, at least when we both know entrepreneurship, Rocky, once you get that crazy moment, at least you got a foundation to go through, instead of just being blown in the wind with every direction the chaos brings you. You feel me?
Exactly. It's frustrating. You don't want to be in that position of, oh snap, my business is taking off, and now I need to create the system.
Now I need to, yeah.
Now you're in a position like, do I go get all this money, or do I put the business on pause to build a system? And you know why I can speak on that? Because that's what happened to me.
Right here. Yeah, it's happened to us all, which, by the way, if it hasn't happened to you, you're really not a true entrepreneur, because that's part of your first L.
Exactly.
Yeah, every entrepreneur has to take an L, so that's why we both experienced that.
And what we can do with a podcast like this is try to, not try, but what we're doing is sharing our experiences, try to help all the new ones avoid that, because that's the best thing you can do as a mentor. It's just be like, hey, a lot of people want to, I like that mentor or something like that, because how he win it, how he shine, and how good he look. But you can learn so much from others' mistakes just as much as you can from the good.
Right.
If I sat on this podcast and told you all the mistakes I made,
that's y'all wisdom. Our mistakes is y'all wisdom.
I
you
can
feel
tell
me?
you how beautiful my
talk.
life is right now in downtown Miami. But it's like, man, if I tell you about them L's, you know what I'm saying, you can really catch that. And I want to jump on that too. Everybody's saying content, right? Post content,
right.
Post content, which is I agree with, but
to a degree, This
is what I tell my people. I say, now let's say you post that content, and one of them videos just so happen to catch fire, one of them go viral, one of them get 1 million views. Do you have the back end?
Was you ready? Wow. Matter of fact, it's funny. We just was talking about that. And I'm not going to mention the video because people are going to, but we've had that same situation. Same situation where, again, because, every squirrel going to get a nut. You're going to get lucky as you're doing your thing, right?
Right.
But then when it's time to cash out, you like, damn, I wasn't ready. Your pants caught down in your ankles.
Man, one of my videos was taking off and people was hitting me up, blowing me up, DMing me, emailing me. I didn't have a system in place. I didn't have an onboarding in place. I didn't have the forms in place. I didn't catch nothing. So I made a ton of money during that time, but I missed out on so much.
AKA fumbled the bag.
Fumbled. It felt good what I made, but put it like this. I can say, let's say I made $100,000 this month. It was worth $500,000.
Right, I feel you.
If I had a system in place.
That's true.
If I made $100K, I could have made $500K. If I really had that system in place, the onboarding, the back end, the automation, the automated text messages, the automated emails, you know what I'm saying?
All these things that's now just critical. You got to have it nowadays.
Man.
Yeah.
People think that, I just start off raw first. And here's the thing. Maybe before this time, you had to wing it because it was too expensive to build these.
To be able to do these things.
But now you got softwares like ClickFunnels and Go High Level and this stuff that's no code, digital marketing softwares you can use. And then we moving over to the AI side now, to really harp on this now, as we're shooting this podcast right now, this is the best time ever.
Best time, yeah.
To understand software and tech.
Period.
Especially for our people.
Right.
Because for everybody, for sure, but like for us who really don't have a family background in this, not overall, especially where I'm from, man, North Southeast Texas, the tech and stuff is just not happening. And again, I've been teaching all over the country, so I know, I've been a consultant since 2017, so I really understand from our whole to 50. I've been talking to these people.
Yeah.
We've been outside.
We know how it is out there.
So we know when they come to the tech and the software, they don't look like it. That part of the game, they don't look like it.
At the end of the day, you're right.
Now, we knew the credit sauce, they didn't look like us, but we caught on to that. And so what I'm doing is, all right, we caught on to that credit sauce. There's a lot of people teaching kicking it. So I want to be able to bring you
Let's leverage it.
Let's bring it to something different. Because the moment we all start learning how to develop our own softwares, our own social medias, man, I got some stuff I can show you, man. I know how to clone social media with no code SaaS.
Which, by the way, listen, and I want to say this really quick because I give the importance of this. This is the last wave for you to get rich. And because, there was the industrial age where, you can get That was like with the Rockefellers and the Carnegies back in the days and everything like that. Then you had, of course, the .com bubble where you can get rich, and then real estate. Right now with AI and everything we sharing and the future, this is after this, I really don't see a really greater opportunity to get rich with this, because with AI, cryptocurrencies coming back again, guys. You know, SaaS models are here to stay, and like you said, and of course with, you know, AI, this is going to revolutionize. It's going to kill a lot of jobs or create a lot of jobs as well, too.
And this is why you want to jump in right now, because it's still early.
Yeah.
It's still early. I don't care if you don't fully understand AI SaaS, but this is the time to learn.
Get your ass in it right now.
This is the time to get in the game, because
real talk.
You could be ahead. You could be first.
Okay.
And the reason why I can say that is because that's where my money came in. I was early in the credit game. So I was able to win. I can say I was lucky. I mean, I did put in the work. I did change my mindset, but I was early. So if you felt like, oh, man, the credit stuff is getting saturated, or this business saturation, no. If there's saturation, that means there's opportunity.
That means everybody there for a reason. Real talk. Okay.
And the reason why you might think the market is saturated because you're trying to do the same thing as everybody else. Scale back and say, okay, if there's a bunch of people now want to be credit educators, right? Even though I'm one of the OGs.
Yeah, right.
Not like I'm trying to compete with none of the younger or the new guys that's coming in. I really want them to grow.
Yeah.
I want them to be big. A lot of them are my mentees. A lot of them watch my YouTube.
You want them to get a bag, of course.
That's why when I watch DeRay, I get so happy. I want him to win and win and win, because he tells me all the time, like, hey, bro, it's your YouTube that inspired me to do this. So me seeing him doing what he's doing, it makes me happy.
Dope.
So I want to see them win. But still, me being an OG in the game, I'm be like, well, how can I still be above in my experience, but still help them win?
Right.
So while they're promoting their credit expertise, their credit education,
right,
let me go behind the scenes, develop this software, develop this tech stuff. So when they ready to hit the next level,
you already did the same thing. Yeah.
The first wave.
Okay.
Like, hey, you growing up, you doing your thing. Let me put all this on your own platform, on your own software.
Show you how you could be your own boss. Show you how you could do it as well, too.
Because if you steady building everything on these other softwares, you don't own that IP.
And that's the real cash out, the intellectual property, right?
You don't own it. You're building on somebody else's. So I can teach you how to use no-code SaaS to build on your own stuff, that you can get your own users, your own login, your own backend, something that you built that's unique to you. Again, you can grow, scale, and sell.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? You can do it at major levels like that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that is a business model until I found out that.
Right.
Some people just build businesses just to sell them, and that's their business.
Or just to have a business, like, let me build a restaurant and just have it as it's a high paying job, and let me, hopefully pay my bills and hand it down to my kids.
That too. Like, we talk about generational wealth.
But again, I think that was America 2.0, but what we've discussed is America 3.0, push it forward and everything like that, right?
Man, you just need some internet.
That's it.
In, focus, take action.
And take action, And with that being said, I want everybody to take action that's watching the show right now. Listen, first of all, if you're feeling this show, do me a big favor. Take a quick second, go ahead and drop a comment and saying that you're feeling the show. Obviously somebody's calling in and letting us know, but I want you to drop a comment and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the love. This is a new channel we dropping, guys. So if you're looking at the subscriber count, it's kind of low, so we need your support to get it up there. But before we push forward to the last part of the show here, I want to ask you, right? As we move into America 3.0, that's how I'm going to reference it. America 3.0, right? So the new SaaS model and everything like that. So we got a lot of people interested. So what is one of the key steps or the key piece of advice you want to share with any aspiring entrepreneurs wanting to get into America 3.0?
Great question. The very first thing that I want you to know is sit back and look at stuff that's already working and see how you can improve it.
That's the first step right there.
If you could just sit back and be like, because a lot of times we think that we have to create everything.
And so it could just be just one problem. That's it.
A micro problem. A little micro problem that could be worth millions. You just go in, because the thing is, we think that, all right, what am I, as an entrepreneur, we be like, a new one, what am I going to do? Like, what is it I'm going to do? What am I going to build? What can I create? Everybody's always doing it. Everybody already doing that. Everybody already doing it. Look at what everybody's doing. and be like, how can I improve that? Or
by something.
what is the problems in that? Because we can look at every great company. You know, look at Uber and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Those guys looked at a problem that was had a ride sharing and stuff like that.
And solved it. And every company has a competition. There's no just one company or one thing in the marketplace.
Nah, you can go in there. That's the first thing I want you to look at. Look at how I can solve a problem. And the bigger the problem I can solve, the more money I'm going to make. So I actually want to look for people who's already making money, who's already succeeding, and be like, how can I help that person make money? Because again, if you can look at a company and make it better or solve a problem, and again, they already making money, they're gonna pay you the fastest out of anybody
to be able, right? And you know what? I'm gonna sweeten the pot for everybody. You could even build a business model to even a niche demographic. So it don't have to be to like everywhere. So you could be like, oh, it could be specifically for an age group or for specifically for a race, right? So I say if you're doing wellness, okay, I'm gonna build a SaaS model strictly for overweight single moms, right? Or for African American men that's over 40 or something like that, right? So, 100%. You know, there's different lanes you could tap into when it comes in the SaaS model, right?
That's a great point you made, niching down.
Right,
that would be the second thing I would say. Once you figure out a problem, let's niche it down. Because again, you hit it on the nail.
Right.
We think we got to help everybody to solve everybody's problem to get rich. It could be that small group, Because again, if we go back to reoccurring models, if we was at just $100 a month, what's that number? If I helped 200 people in this community,
right,
at $100 a month, what is that? $20,000 a month?
Right. That's about that's $20,000.
Oh, if it was $100 a month,
you're right. That's $20,000 a month.
If we help 200 people,
right,
just $100 a month.
That's
not bad money for somebody coming out to $20,000 a month.
That is true.
Now,
and that's money while you're sleeping. It's just boom.
Right, because we think that. Well, a lot of people think that I have to go viral or I have to be popping online. You can help this small community and just get 200 people to like what you kicking monthly, and you making $20,000
a month, right?
You ain't viral, you ain't popping. It's just a small little.
And the crazy, you don't have to go knocking on doors of 200 people. You can really just sell it to like 10, and the 10 like it, and they're gonna tell others, and they're gonna, or turn on some ads or something like that, and boom.
That's why the real sauce. If you go down that line of solving a problem, niching it down, now is how much value can you give,
provide,
and that's why the studying and the really learning, watching podcasts like this. Okay, I heard this sauce. Let me go search this. Let me go find this guy. Let me go down that rabbit hole. It's fine.
Real talk.
I'm a big reader, man. I'm gonna read as many books. That's why I know what I know.
Yeah.
I'm from the north side of Houston. I'm from the hood,
Listen, man.
I don't want to intimidate nobody.
Listen, man.
This dude up here sound like you're taking. Nah, I'm from the hood, man. I just read a bunch of books.
You feel me?
Watched a bunch of podcasts. Because we in that era.
Right. The information is there. Real talk. It started with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Y'all niggas pick up a book, man. They, stop the old saying, man. Black folks put something in the book. That's if you want to keep it from them, man. Pick up a damn book. Go ahead.
I watch one of these podcasts. Let somebody that I'm enjoying reference a book. I'm going to be right on my phone. I pause it.
Boom.
Right to Amazon. Boom. That book at the house the next day. I'm reading.
You have to, yeah.
You mention this. I'm going to do this and that. So it's really about taking that action of going down that journey of studying and see when you compound that information, it can change your situation.
Wow.
Which will allow you to come on this podcast and upgrade your communication.
What?
Because it's the way you talking is to where people are going to be like, hey, you talking that clear and you communicating that clear,
right?
You come off as an authority figure of the matter.
And if any, at the follow up on that, they see where you take action and it actually manifests into real results.
Exactly.
When that information gets applied to life and it manifests to real damn results, it's like, oh, okay, man, listen.
This is it.
You lead, I follow. What's next? You feel me?
College dropout, bro. Grew up on the north side of Houston, Texas. Was lost in the south. Didn't know which way I wanted to go. Working a deadbeat job, and I attained some information and took action. Rest
history.
And we already know how that go, man. Through the failures, through the mistakes, those just experiences. Pick yourself back up. Keep going. Have this mission, this purpose of what you really want, what's your really outcome out of this. It needs to be a little bit bigger than just getting money. You know,
yeah. Oh man, I say that with almost every guest, man. The drive can't be about the paper, bro. You got to have something else attached to it, something bigger attached to it.
Once you get the money and once you buy the nice car, the nice clothes, the nice jewelry,
the question of what next comes.
What's next? Yeah. So definitely have a purpose. And for me, what we are doing right here,
right,
as Black people creating platforms like this, educating other Black people, that is the purpose. And when you have that purpose of like, I genuinely really want to help people learn about SaaS. I genuinely want to help our people learn about tech. It's not no competition. It's enough for all of us. I help you build a SaaS software and give you this information. I don't know where your mind's going to take it. You're going to create something. You can sell it back to me. I mean, we can make it.
Right. I see what you're saying. Right.
It's like what you said earlier. This is a .com area. It's wide open.
Damn right. This, it has to be collaboration over competition at the end of the day.
We can make this together.
Yeah, the pie is too big. I mean, America is printing trillions. That's enough for a few billions and millions to be handed out. You feel me?
And check this out. With our background, with SaaS and tech, which makes us different than the people in the industry. Because if you have a SaaS product, I have a SaaS product, he has a SaaS product, what I'm paying y'all recurring monthly fee is what my 0% interest business credit card.
Oh, you know what? See, you know what? Yeah, I told y'all. Listen, y'all already know on this blueprint shit, you got to stay to the end to get the sauce. You know what I'm saying? The whole show. You can't be just watching the clips in the first 5 minutes. You got to catch the whole thing. Because you feel me?
If I helped you, you created something, and I like what you created.
Right.
I'm going to just lay my credit card down there, so charge it. You like what I did, you lay your credit on me.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're literally using the bank's money.
And growing points, growing reward points, so you're getting cash back. You'll be able to go ahead and get travel points. You'll be able to go ahead and further invest into your business and things like that. Come on.
Cash flowing off me. I'm cash flowing off you. We getting the cash back points. We growing our credit. We growing our business. We're scaling.
I mean, come on, man.
We can all literally create companies with user bases within ourselves to grow and sell or grow in cash flow within ourselves off credit.
Which then further strengthens the Black dollar, further strengthens of the fact that Black money stays inside the Black community. So now we break that saying where, the money leaves the community after a certain amount of time and everything like that. So I like everything you touch on, which again, viewers, I hope you tapping in and picking up what we putting down. Aside from building generational wealth, this is also another way to strengthen our community just as minorities, right? Because now we creating businesses, we creating institutions, we creating, jobs and things like that. We creating platforms. We already dominate in sports and entertainment.
Exactly.
But now if we could start getting some real representation in the boardroom, in the entrepreneurial world and everything like that, man, listen, they got to respect it or check it, period.
And all I can see is, like what you said, now allow us to dominate tech and software like we dominate the rap game.
Damn right.
Like
come on now.
Sports. To think we can't do that, you crazy. Here's why I love this so much. Because when you're dealing with no-code SaaS and these open forums to where you could just like take the API we talk about and build,
right?
Who more creative than Black people?
Good point.
Who's more creative? Who's more creative than Black people?
Good point.
So you start teaching Black people how to build softwares, our minds can go, think about what we can create for the rap game. You see what I'm saying? Think about what we can create for what the industry we love to do.
What's lacking, right, and everything like that.
If you allow our creative minds as Black people to be able to touch this creative game that's going on. With
things that we never had an opportunity to touch in the first place. We changing the game.
They're not gonna look at it like us. And another thing is, even the softwares we using that other ethnicities and races have built for us to use, they don't know our problem like we know our problems.
Man, come on. I tell you, boy, imagine if a Black dude was sitting next to Mike Zuckerberg in that dorm room when he was building Facebook, man. He probably would have been a little more spicier, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
But at the same time, man, you look at, Twitter or X now and all these social media platforms, who be making that stuff go viral?
Real talk. Okay, that is true.
Who be making that stuff? Who makes stuff trendy? Look around the world. Look at music and entertainment now. When you talk about Afro beats music, or you talk about the Latin music, especially here in Miami.
True, that is
look
true.
How they dressing.
That is true.
They all got Cuban links on. They got design. Who they dressing like?
No, the culture is real, man. You go to overseas and everything like that, man. They bopping this hip hop, our culture. You feel me?
Black American culture is the hardest and strongest across the world. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, they always want to be us till it's time to be us, huh? You know what I'm saying? We'll dress like you. We'll do all this. Videos, man. They looking just like us, man, until it's time to be us. Huh?
When it's time to be us, you be like, nah, I'm gone, man. Yeah, you know.
You really want to, for real though, you really want to blow something up. Mm-hmm. You really want to make something big. You want to really make something like global.
Right.
You really want to like take it to that level of like people really want to enjoy to be a part of it. Put that black coach on it. Put that black coach on it. You know what I'm saying? Put that coach on it that we got down here. And I'm looking at it like, hey, man, I can put this sauce that we, born with. Mm-hmm. If I could put this on top of credit and then come back and put that on top of
really make some magic.
Sauce, man, come
really
on.
Make some magic.
We talking about skipping the M's to the B's now.
Ooh.
Because
and it's a reality now. It's a reality. Real talk.
Billions of dollars. That's software, man.
It can happen. And you know what? Quick example, look at these crypto millionaires that was printed overnight. So you know what? I damn sure agree with that. So you know what? With that, CJ, man, boy, we don't ran up the bag so much the lights started to be like, hold on, man. But hey, but you know what? Before we go ahead and tap out of here and everything like that, if you can go ahead and let the audience know, man, what you got coming up for the rest of 2023. I know, boy, you busy. So this is my second, third attempt to get you over here, man. So I know you got some things going on. Let the people know, bro.
Man, that's really what it is. It's because I'm still coming from being known as a big credit educator across the nation. So I'm always still having my company to where I'm helping people repair it, build it, get access to capital. But I'm also in that mode of like, man, I'm doing a lot of developing now. I'm doing
personal development and things like
personal, but also developing the softwares.
Gotcha.
So I'm spending a lot of time developing softwares, getting to where I want it to be. Me and my team doing that.
Okay.
So to answer your question, what I'm doing at the back end of this year is looking at everything that's in the credit game to where we came from and seeing how I can improve it with software and SaaS software, tech, and AI. All of that. How can I bring something to the marketplace to where everybody who want to turn up their credit game can do it faster, better, quicker, and really just come over to the future of the game. You know what I'm saying? Just do it the way that I see it's going to be in the next 5 to 10 years opposed to right now.
Right now.
So that's exactly what I'm working on, bringing that next level sauce to our communities. And the way we leveraging credit already, once we start leveraging AI, credit AI, you know what I'm saying, with a little sauce in between.
Oh, yeah, boy. You really?
People can't understand it.
Hey, first of all, we already know about it. So we put Old Bay on everything. So, you know what I'm saying? This going to be a little Old Bay seasoning we're going to put on it. You feel me?
You got that sauce and you don't get lost. Because one thing I pride myself on when I even started educating credit was I'm not going to talk over my people's head. I don't care how technical I get with this stuff. I know who my audience is.
Right.
They look like me. They come like me. So before we just get all techie and stuff, I'm going to talk to you like this, like to where you can get it. And I think that's the most powerful thing I can do is take this complex information and break it down to
which I'm glad we did that in this episode. We made references on simple terms and things like that, and we took time out to really kind of break it down, gave them the blueprint a little bit, right?
Yeah,
so
man.
I hope this episode, guys, those that's sticking out to the end watching this episode right now, you got a lot of value. I hope it opened up a few light bulbs in your head, like, okay, bam, instead of just starting a business, let me go ahead and make a business, you feel me? So really get some,
We know about the front end and the content and personal branding, but let's teach about that
back end. Yeah,
keep the business strong, keep it growing, and also keep it running without you. If you're sick, if you're tired, if you don't want to do it, the business is still
running.
And that's where you want to be as a business owner when you get to scaling through the entrepreneurship journey.
Tap in with CJ, man. Obviously, guys, if you want to learn more about system automations, to being able to go ahead and scale your business, building out the back end of the business, getting that back end money.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these rappers, they get the upfront money before they perform, but when they put, let me get that back end money. Yeah. Feel me? So this is what CJ specializes in. So definitely tap in with him. Also, I failed to mention this, but I wanted to surprise CJ right now. But, Uptrend, I'm actually building a platform, Uptrend Credit, where is somewhat similar to a SaaS model. We're looking to overtake Credit Karma. I'm making that proclamation right here on the show live and everything, but it's a credit building platform that helps our community not only monitor their credit, but also build their credit, debt settlement services, and other credit related things such as reporting your rent, reporting your utilities and things like that. So definitely, riding the wave of the SaaS model and getting into that America 3.0, that's also a vision and a journey that I'm looking to undertake. Hey, so yeah, I feel you on that.
Any way I can help.
Oh yeah, you already.
Any way I can help, bro.
Y'all see this, right? This solidified and stamped on live for everybody here. So you already know it's coming.
I want to tell you that, like I said before, this is the first time I publicly talked about this.
You see that?
This is the first time I publicly talked about what I've been building.
You know what? So when this show gets released and the platform ends up taking off and doing the numbers that it's going to do, we could reference back to this video. It will say, listen, we manifested it. Now it happened. So listen, it also shows, I'm glad you showed this because that's a final point. Once you do make it, it also showed that if you did it, anybody else can do it.
100%.
A kid coming from Houston, not, having no formal background in none of this, now just being able to put YouTube together, your videos together, now the man that's been put in the whole SaaS platform and boom, showing others how to do it, man. Listen, again, America 3.0, if you could do it, y'all can do it, all right? Listen, man, we're going to end the show. Listen, if you enjoyed today's show, definitely check out our previous episodes where we talk about the blueprint on how to do shit, where we go ahead and have entrepreneurs share their blueprints across all industries on how they get to the bag. Listen, you could check us out on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, and all that other good shit, mostly on YouTube. Show us some love. Show us some support. This is a new channel, and we're trying to get it up there. But as always, man, what we're going to do, catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Peace. Have.